Hi guys, welcome to another video, and if you are new on the channel, then welcome to the Nesty channel. Please do hit the subscribe button and be part of the Nesty channel. My name is Anele and I am a qualified registered South African nurse. So I am excited and I have been waiting to film today's video, mainly because I wanted to say one particular important thing, and I so can't wait to say it. So let's not waste time, guys. Let's just get on to today's video. So as I have said on my previous video, that today I am going to mention a couple of things that I hate about being a nurse. As much as you guys see how passionate I am about nursing, there are things that I hate about my job. And the number one thing that I truly hate about my job is the fact that, guys, we don't have an afternoon shift. Why is it a must for me to wake up in the morning? And no, I do not want to work night shifts either. I love my sleep. I value my sleep more than I value food, okay? This whole thing that as a nurse you need to be at work at 7 a.m., it's not working for me. It's not what I signed up for. It's not what I love. I hate it. I don't enjoy it. Everybody who has ever shared a room with me, this refers to the nursing school, they know how I hated waking up in the morning. I'm always the last person to wake up in the morning. And unfortunately in South Africa, when you are a nurse, you need to be at work by 7:15 for report purposes. And if you are not at work at 7:15 in the morning, then it means you have to be on night shift, which I also hate because it means I'm not going to sleep at night. I wish that nursing had an afternoon shift, like maybe if we started to work at 12 midday, knowing that at 8 o'clock you knock off. Yeah, even in the afternoon shift, I still feel or think it should be 8 hours and not more than that. And the other thing that I truly hate about nursing, guys, it's the salaries. South African salaries are ridiculous. Okay, let me not say South African salaries are ridiculous, but African nursing salaries are ridiculous. Whether we want to talk about this or we don't, the honest truth is that they are ridiculous. With the amount of work you do in nursing school, the amount of time you spend in nursing school, and also the amount of work you do in your workplace, I think as nurses, we deserve better than what we are currently getting in the African continent. I have a couple of friends and a couple of contacts in countries such as Nigeria, Namibia, Burundi, and all these nurses are talking about how ridiculous their salaries are. And most of them actually think that South African nurses earn better. But when you are in South Africa, you will realize that the nursing salary, the South African nursing salary, it's also ridiculous. And the other thing that I do not like about being a nurse is when a patient comes into my consulting room and I am unable to solve all their problems. And that is the reality of our job. Sometimes people will come into your consulting room and you will not have the powers of taking their pain away. I'm a very emotional person. God has given me a gift of patients opening up to me, and sometimes I wish I can solve all their problems. I wish I cannot take them home, but unfortunately that's what they teach us at school. But unfortunately the reality of the matter is sometimes at night there are days where I don't sleep and I ask myself questions about the different kinds of patients or interactions and stories I had on that day. And I would wonder about how is this particular person going to be assisted. And I remember one of my bosses once called me in during a workshop, and she said to me, you know what, Z, I can see how you want to solve everyone's problem, but the reality is that you will not be able to do that. And there are also referral points, so when you cannot do something, somebody else might be able to do it. Have that in you, and let it be okay. Let it sink in and be okay with the fact that you couldn't help and you referred the patient. And sometimes some of the problems that our patients comes with in our consulting rooms are problems that you might not have anyone to refer to. and sometimes as a nurse, there are things that you cannot provide, things that you cannot do, answers that you do not have. It's paining, it's heart aching. I know, I feel it almost every day of my life in my workplace, but unfortunately we need to come to a point where okay, I did what I could do and it's time for me to hand over to someone else. The other thing that I do not like about my job is when you build a relationship with patients and then you get to move from that area wherever you are serving to somewhere else. The other thing that I hate about nursing is the uniform. I'm going to talk about precisely in South Africa. I know that there has never been a time where as nurses we were told not to wear scrubs, but I've realized that South African nurses do not wear scrubs, especially in the clinic setting. When I say clinic, I'm talking about like your 7-4 clinics. I know in hospitals and sometimes in health centers when they're working night shifts, they do wear scrubs. And no, I've never heard anybody saying nurses should not wear scrubs. I think there is an unsaid rule about nurses and scrubs, and I do not like that. South African nurses do not wear scrubs. Scrubs are comfortable, guys. Scrubs are like wearing PJs at work, and I love it. I love PJs. They are flippin' comfortable. I would be happy to wear PJs every day at work, and scrubs are exactly that. South African nurses, especially in clinics like your 7-4 clinics, they don't wear scrubs. I don't know why, and I would like to find out. If you know, please comment down below and let me know. Also, I've realized that the uniform description, it doesn't include scrubs. I've looked at it, I've read it. It didn't necessarily say do not wear scrubs, but I've realized that it doesn't describe scrubs. And I love scrubs. Scrubs are like PJs. I love PJs. PJs are comfortable, and that means you get to wear PJs every day of your life, which would make your life much more better. And the other thing that I do not like about nursing is how passive nurses are. The honest truth is that as nurses, we are passive. We are passive in a sense that for the longest time, nursing was not an independent profession. It was not an independent profession. It was not an independent profession because we depended on doctors, we depended on pharmacists, we depended on dietitians. We depended on another professionals to tell us how to do our job. But we have evolved as young nurses. I'm giving a shout out to young nurses and of course other veterans. We have took a stand and actually made sure that in our workplace we are recognized as independent professionals, which is amazing, but it has not spread to each and every single person. There are still other young nurses who still wants to hear what the doctor has to say, still wants to execute what the doctor says, still wants to not do that because the doctor didn't say that. So we're still having your yes ma'am, no ma'am nurses, which is not good at all because it makes you to fail to be an advocate, and one of our job descriptions is to be advocates. And being an advocate means you are not influenced by someone's position or power, but you voice out what is right for your client. So as nurses, we're still having those passive nurses who, when you do something out of the ordinary, they will look at you like, does the manager know? Does the matron know? Does the doctor know? Did you ask the permission from the matron? Did you ask the permission from the doctor? It is totally wrong. It makes other professions to look down on us. It makes them not to have confidence in us. Independence, it doesn't necessarily mean going against people or going against rules, but it simply means having confidence in yourself and trusting your knowledge, trusting your power, and trusting your intelligence in making a decision that benefits those who are under your care. So my hope and my prayer is to see a nursing field that is filled with young, passionate, powerful as well as active nurses who are not afraid to make decisions and trusting their intelligence and confidence. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I didn't want to make it super duper long, but those are the things that I do not like about my profession and things that I hope will change in the future so that another nurse does not get to sit down and make this video. I love you guys so very much, and if you are new here, please do hit the subscribe button and be part of the Nurse League channel, and I will see you all on my next video. Mwah! Bye guys.